Hello and welcome to another update video about Ether. Yeah, we see that expected sell-off on the Bitcoin chart. That also does affect Ether, and yeah, Ether doesn't really hold very well. It also broke out of this trend line to the downside, and it seems to be extending the way for at least. Okay, so it's at the moment at least going for that blue count I showed you in the previous video. I've changed that to white now to integrate it better into the overall bigger picture here. But yeah, I mean, two scenarios, obviously, both currently pointing to the downside, so it doesn't look as if wave 4 is already in, not with this break of the trend line and the red candle. And if Bitcoin follows through, it should go a little lower, maybe to around about 40,900, 40,000. That could also send Ether lower here towards 2,421, possibly 2,360. The 100% extent, so I mean, again, you know, it can be a wave 4 at the moment, but with a break below 2,421, this already gets less likely. With a break below 2,360, I will take that potential off the chart that we get one more high in wave 5. Now, that wouldn't be bearish necessarily. It would simply mean that this wave 2 is likely still unfolding. The wave 2 that likely bottomed, or at the moment at least presumably bottomed, around the 3rd of January, okay, that will most likely be reset. That will be reset if we see a break below 2,360, because then it would be, yeah, too deep for a wave 4. Does it mean we have to come down all the way into the green support area? No, probably actually not, because typically such a C wave reacts to certain Fibonacci relationships and ratios that relate to the A wave, and the lowest one that is at least immediately likely is at $2,200. So we might actually not break below this range. It might still reset that wave 2, but due to this high B wave, it's reasonable to assume that it might actually not go down that much. Okay, so I have a rather bullish perspective here. Yes, short-term lower, red candles everywhere. Without red candles, we cannot complete a correction. It's very important. Without red candles, we cannot complete a correction. A lot of people were waiting for deeper pullbacks. I remember how disappointed some viewers were when the price was just pushing. But it was only 3 waves. We were still waiting for a 4th wave to occur. Now, that 4th wave is unfolding now, or maybe even still wave 2. Maybe still wave 2. So there are basically 3 levels, very clear parameters. 2,421, 2,360, and then 2,200. Below 2,200, it might just mean extended C wave, but it wouldn't change the assumption at all. So I've got 2 bullish scenarios on the chart. But first of all, we have to see, is it the wave 4 that's unfolding or not? And that will be tested at these next 2 Fibonacci levels. So that's a stress test for that scenario in which the wave 4 will be tested. So that's what we have to watch for. And then once I have a wave 4 low in place, I can give you a target. I have to take these off. I have to then recalculate the target for the wave 5 because it is likely going to make another low. We'll see how that develops. We're in a corrective phase, so you can get a lot of whipsaw price action, quick up and down. Only really when we finally get some decent green candles, break above the X wave high, which was here at around 2,614, we can say that probably wave 5 is unfolding. But this is the area where it might be reasonable to look for a trend reversal. So far hasn't happened, and these previous Fibonacci levels here at 2,485, it hasn't reacted, it hasn't led to a sufficient buy reaction. So it seems likely that we'll see a little lower, okay? That we'll see a little lower to at least 2,421 as it appears right now. Yeah, I think all the support levels are pretty clear. So first of all, I'm watching 2,421. That should be a good one because also there are these previous swing lows, and that can act, they can act as additional support. Yeah, this is the previous breakout point basically. You see here from the 9th of December high, then here the end of December high, January high, previous January high. So that's important. But also, I mean, if this is indeed, as labeled here, a WXY structure in wave 4, then what we can do, we can take the fibs and the 100% extension level, which is a very, very common Fibonacci relationship between wave W and Y, I mean, that's pointing to the 100% extension at 2,367. So it's something worth observing down here, yeah. 2,360, 2,367. So there is a cluster of support there. It's going to be interesting. Parameters should be very clear. There's no evidence that wave 4 is already over. And yeah, let's see. But just bear in mind that without red candles, a correction cannot be complete. And once this correction is complete, expectations are still for a rally towards $3,500 plus. That's my update about Ether. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.